Welcome back. It all comes down to this, guys. Yesterday, 82 players entered the Brotherhood Open here in Telford, vying for the opportunity to win their own copy of the much-desired Minerva, the Exalted Lightsworn. This one will be getting taken away by one of these players. For the finals, we have Luke Parks, a player who's actually managed to elude our stream the entire day, playing Domain Monarchs. He's taken down people the likes of Jared Stone, our reigning national champion, and Zach Blundell, the savage of the Telford live stream.
Yeah, he was definitely a savage all throughout this. But first off, I just want to take time to thank our sponsors throughout this weekend. So if you probably noticed this little thing behind me, which I'm just going to increase the brightness of it ever so slightly.
Yeah, just a bit, because it looks like we're kind of like underground.
I know. Well, you know, we're not underground, but we are quite
definitely.
We're quite hidden behind a little
cloud
screen.
Of blackness.
So, I just want to thank our sponsors. So we have Retro Play, Ultimate Guard, Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Market, Chaos Cards, obviously the Brotherhood, AlintheaYoh, Jamie the Kid 00 with 1D, and, and just everyone else. It's been absolutely amazing. Really do appreciate absolutely everyone who has been able to sponsor us, with Ultimate Guard giving us loads of deck boxes, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Market it give us all the pens, the notepads, everything.
Like we had score pads for days.
I know,
like
Ultimate
all
Guard
over
with
the
little
place.
things here.
Yeah,
they're absolutely brilliant.
It.
So, I know, yeah. So I just want to say before we get into it, thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart. I really do appreciate it.
Please, 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 if you can as well. The stream is sitting at a kind of an all-time average.
Yeah.
We want to get back to the 200 we were at previously. This is one of the largest non-Konami events within the UK. So if you guys could do everything you can to get anyone else who would be interested in watching this into that stream, that'd be fantastic.
Go. Right, so we will jump straight to the feature match for the final of the Brotherhood Open. So I'll just give it the okay, and we do have the hands come in.
Yep.
So for James Martin, we have a Dragon Pit, a Sky Iris, a Bumbuku, a QB, and an Eccentric Archfiend. And second one is Luke, and we are starting. Luke's opening. I was just seeing if we had decided who was going. So that is James's, and then with Luke's we have we have a Tenacity, an Ether, an Erebus, an Eidos.
That's an Edia.
Edia even, sorry. And a
Monarch
Stormforth. Holy moly, here we go.
So the game is good to commence. The judges have been made aware. They will just be making the players aware. And then the game will start.
Yeah.
Provided the judges look at their phones by the looks of it.
They just confirm, say, are we ready? And I'm like, yes, go, go, go.
Alright, the game begins. Hands have been raised.
I'm not entirely sure who's going first.
Edia hits the board on the part of Luke Parks. Edia summons Eidos. Probably the most standard play you will see all weekend, and cards are immediately dropped.
Well, I mean, he's been doing it all weekend, hasn't he? So
there's not much else to do with Domain Monarchs.
Yeah, exactly.
You will notice the lack of the extra deck.
Yeah, exactly. That is the most important thing this weekend. And it's just... Oh, let's not do that.
That would look like a cry every time filter. So Tenacity is activated, revealing Erebus, adding Pantheism. Just trying to do a bit of colour correction in the background, so please do forgive us. Pantheism played, discarding the Monarch Stormforth, because it's kind of pointless when your opponent's got no monsters. Drawing two cards, it looked like a Domain and a... What's the Zaborg Monarch? I can't remember the name of it now.
The Mega Monarch?
No, the little Zaborg, the Squire.
Oh god, I cannot remember off the top of my head now.
You surely know the one that summons a token.
Yeah.
So Pantheism banished, searching 3 cards from the deck. Well, revealing 3 cards from the deck. Just trying to do all you can to remove that glare, but return the colours to normal. It looks like it's going to be 3 returns.
Yeah. It's the best thing to go for because you've got the extra normal summon. So I think that's alright. Sorry about that. That looks a bit better now.
Much better.
So, by the way, the reason why the colour's horrible is because there's a light directly above them, really high in the ceiling, and I cannot get rid of it. So the Erebus comes down to take a card out of the hand of James Martin.
We bring him down to an even playing field. Both players will be starting their turns with 5 cards. It's Mithra. That's the one I meant, sorry.
I've just asked the judges if they're going to be able to confirm what card is taken out of the hand.
No, it's too late. I think it's already been put back. Oh, no. Thank you. They just got there in time.
See? I was way ahead.
I'm gonna crack out another smart water for this.
QB is taken away.
Oh my goodness. I mean,
there
I
goes
suppose
the trap.
that's okay, but it's also a pendulum monster, so we don't really want to see that go. 4 cards remain in the hand.
4 cards do remain.
But the domain is established, and I don't know how many outs James plays to that. He doesn't play any spell outs to that. 3 Terraforming, 3 Sky Iris, 1 Odd Eyes Fusion, and 1 Upstart Goblin.
Thanks to everyone who said me for it in the chat.
Cheers,
I
guys.
appreciate that. Cheers.
And come on, I can see you guys working. 75 views now, up from
Come on.
69.
Let's get it to 100 for
Yeah.
the final. We had 220 yesterday at peak.
Yeah, come on, guys. You are
So
slacking.
the turn has been passed.
I wanted to offer to do a giveaway, but I don't have anything to give away. I'm poor.
Yeah, no. So interestingly, he's keeping the Stormfall in his hand. Because technically could have said it maybe with a
He
Ether
could
play.
have, but
I guess he just wants to keep the resources because both these players know exactly what they're going
yeah,
against.
yeah. And he has the domain up as well, so he can literally just be like, oh, I'll make the ether small and summon it over your guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the eccentric is
Mine.
found.
Yeah, the eccentric is there. He actually opened with the eccentric.
Yes.
And that's all she wrote for the domain because I don't believe there is any way to stop.
But we have to bear in mind James Martin is starting a single card down, so there's a distinct possibility he might not have just enough push power to make a board. Because you've got to bear in mind that while Erebus is threatening, it's also a fourth. It's also huge, and we could be seeing the ether. Yeah, the ether comes down, then the Kuraz comes out, removes the Arcfiend Eccentric from the board,
Indeed.
and we're back
Very
in the
true.
same position.
And that will probably flip it straight around.
Closes it out, to be honest. Unless, like, depending on the rest of James' hand, I'm just going to bring the chat back up on my phone. But I think that brings us to the last round.
As well. Yeah, Barney, I know the Americans are still asleep, so that's most likely
Yeah,
why.
yeah. In all fairness, it's really, really early in the US. We had no real control. We want to get this all done as soon as we can.
We don't because we're going back down in the van tonight.
He does have Dragon Pit in his hand, but we don't know if he drew another Magician. He needs to, of course, have another Magician in skill to use the Dragon Pit. So if he's drawn another Magician, this could be clutch, but we just don't know.
So he draws for the Kuraz effect.
Yep.
And we have no idea what that is.
Yeah, sorry, Frankenstein. I will do what I can to update my actual Facebook group page. Sorry, I have been kind of lazy and posted to my personal page, but I will also.
Thank you, Gandora. You are from the UK, from the US. Thank you for.
Cheers for being awake and watching the stream.
Appreciate it, mate. So, Akirin is searched out with the Bombuku. Obviously, nothing from the extract is going to come back, but this Kirin could play a vital part, as it always does in these matches. Kirin is just so strong. Even at 1, the fact it's searchable is just so good. And arguably, having multiple Kirins is just already cementing a possible game state that will just take place anyway. So.
Sorry, I'll just be one moment and I'll be
That's
back with
fine.
you guys.
So there's just a bit of thinking here from James's part. He does have the Sky Iris. I don't believe he's activated it this turn just yet. I'm not sure actually. This turn has been going on for a while.
Yeah, it has been going on for ages, hasn't it?
I've been fixing things. So, so the final of Brotherhood open with 82 players today. Yesterday and today. We have these two whittled down. Arguably, Domain Monarchs will not possibly be a thing after the new list comes in effect on Monday. And just so you know, the Sky Iris is popping the Kumbuki that was he set in his scales to search out a lovely little Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. So the Pendulum Dragon's just going to obviously net a free card in the end phase.
Well, a very important interaction is the fact that it searches a monster with 1500 or less attack, and guess what has 1500 or less attack?
It is that Eccentric Archery.
Very good. Or worst comes to worst, if the Arcfiend Eccentric was removed from the deck, he would also have the option to search out one of his other magicians to go with the Dragon Pit Magician. So he does have a couple of options. So it may honestly be better off.
That's the Dragon Pit, so he might be going for a bit of.
Or can Dragon Pit get his effect if there's an Odd Eyes in the scale?
So he just
from hand.
Pendulum summons the
Of
Kirin,
course,
which is
I'm completely forgetting that you can do it from hand.
Yeah, of course.
I think there's no special summoning because I'm bad.
Well, didn't want to say anything, Jamie,
That's
but you
pretty
know.
bad. Yeah. To people asking what the Brotherhood Open is, it is essentially an independent funded tournament, similar in context to things like the ARG or the Yu-Gi-Oh! Masters, if you heard of that previously last year.
Yeah.
It is just an open event off the Konami circuit for independent prizes, and it's an incredibly well-run, family-driven event. Like it really is a family of players.
And the first place is Minerva and a couple of other things, of course, like the top cut mat and all that.
And more, I think with about 100 store credit as well.
Yes.
Like it's about 400 odd pound of store
pretty
credit.
much. The prizes are very, very good from 16 up. So with top 16 get something. So
It was £70 store credit.
Yeah.
Top 16. So
you can just see. So we are still in the end phase of James Martin's turn. And of which he uses the Kieran effect to bounce everything back.
yes.
So the Odd Eyes Pendulum Magician, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon did search out the Eccentric Archfiend, I did see anyway. So the domain is live for now, and he's going to banish the Frost Blast to pop the back row, which was a bluff. It was a bluff terraforming.
Yeah, there are only 2 live back row cards here, and I don't really like having a Tempest or a Tornado down when there is a Kieran on board. Like I'd rather have my Kieran, really.
Exactly. Kieran arguably can provide more disruption.
The Brotherhood is a company in a sense. It is a locals, but it's also a store.
So the Brotherhood is basically a group of
it's the best
3
way to
brothers
say it.
who set up the locals. So the locals is in Surrey Quays in London, originally in Bermondsey, so that's where Bermondsey Games comes from, and it's comprised of, as I said, the 3 brothers and also the family as well. The mum and everyone puts in all their work too, and that's where the Brotherhood comes from. That's where the name comes from, and it's basically just a locals. Like anyone else's locals, however, we do put on these events, and this is where it's the Brotherhood Open, and that's where all that comes from. So hopefully that clears up a bit.
They open their doors to the outsiders.
Yeah.
Bring the entire country together for one fantastic now weekend of Yu-Gi-Oh! Rather than just a huge Saturday of
Exactly.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, this is our first 2-day event, and we've always wanted to do a 2-day event because the previous Brotherhood Open we had 221 down in London, and it went on for ages.
Yes.
And so we would commentate over this, but it's pretty basic stuff.
It's fairly simple, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone knows.
the ether comes out.
Effect, send to special 1, and damage is going to be put on board. So second ether. So the extra return goes to the graveyard and the escalation. Just removing some dead cards that he doesn't probably want to see, in all fairness. So because he always had the return isn't going to be the target of any back row destruction. It's going to be that domain. So there's no real point in trying to get another return.
Can he put on that extra additional damage? I mean, playing Domain Monarchs, I don't think it's going to be something he can do.
And he has the Prime as well.
Or has he already? No, he hasn't. He used an
no.
extra normal summon earlier on.
That's it.
So game will actually
game
go
over.
to
So, wow.
Luke Parks,
So
winning
Luke Parks.
game 1 of the Brotherhood Open finals.
Luke Parks is really taking everyone down today.
Someone asked in the chat whether or not there were 3 Minervas up for grabs today. There are 3 Minervas, but they're not all in the prize fund. The prize fund for the main event is either pure store credit or this Minerva itself, so it's nice to actually label it as a Minerva event. Because the Minerva is completely up for grabs. It's this particular one. But they also have the option to change it in for store credit, and there are 2 more available via the vendor. I believe they plan to put on special events, but they won't.
They're going to be used for events.
They are going to be used for events. So there are 3 in possession of the Brotherhood for future events, but there is currently 1 up for grabs in this one.
Yeah, no, we're not. We don't sell the Minervas or anything like
No.
that.
I wasn't implying sale, but they were with the vendors, as in being held by the vendors.
Yes, they are in our possession. Or Mike's possession, and basically we use them to attract to further events. For some reason Siri just decided to turn itself on. I didn't even say the 2 words. Siri. Anyway, so if we look at the side decks, I'll pick up James Martin.
Oh, you take the one that's actually nice and printed. This one is like a written paper.
So James Martin, as we saw earlier, if you weren't watching the previous one, the side deck was 1 Effect Velo, 2 Kaiku, 3 Maxi, Morphage Sloth, Nurka Valley, 2 Good Village, Spellcasters, 2 Twin Twister, 1 Tempest and 3 Typhoon.
On my side, I have 3 Vanity's Fiend, 1 Majesty's Fiend, 1 Caius the Mega Monarch, 2 Effect Veiler, 1 Dark Simorg, 1 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 March of the Monarchs, 1 Twin Twister, 1 Solemn Warning, and 3 Typhoon. Typhoon is something we've seen in almost every side deck this event.
Yeah. So for James, I'd expect the second copy, the Effect Veiler, to be coming in. Possibly Kaiku, if he feels like he wants to manipulate the graveyard a little bit. Is Kaiku just monsters? I forget, or is it anything?
Kaiku is, I believe, just monsters.
Just monsters, okay, so possibly. The Maxis probably won't come in because he can use better cards to stop the 1 or 2 special summons. The Necro Valley certainly will be coming in. Ain't no banishing with that.
No.
And he already plays 3 terraforming, so
monsters.
So in the main. So okay, so it's very easy to get to.
On the part of Luke, I think we'll be seeing the Vanity's Fiends come in.
Yeah.
Definitely think that's going to be coming in. Simorgh, probably not. Simorgh's pretty bad here. Cosmic Cyclone, maybe not. Twin Twisters, yes. Solar Morning, yes. Possibly even the Typhoon, but I'm not sure if he's holding the Typhoons exclusively for Metal Foe or not.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Photographs being sent in, I believe, of the siding.
We can confirm what the sides are. So James is putting in that Effect Veiler that I was talking about, with the Secret Village that I was also talking about, but an extra 2 Twin Twisters as well, which makes sense.
And from Luke, I think I was fairly on the money. We're seeing the Vanity's Fiends come in. I believe just 1 for the moment, and 3 copies of Typhoon.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So we're pretty much ready. They're just shuffling up. So we'll return back to the
feature match area.
For possibly the last game of the day.
Of course, important to note, Luke Park's 1 game away from winning the first ever 2-day Brotherhood Open here at the Telford International Centre. In Telford, ironically enough.
No, we're in Birmingham, really. Or in Wales, that really long
We're almost in Wales, basically in Wales.
Well, we kind of are, yeah. So James is going to go first. No surprise there, ladies and gentlemen, no surprise there.
Let's see what he will have now that he can play with the full cohort of cards he actually deserves rather than the one.
And he has opened with the Secret Village of the
Spellcasters. It's going to be making its debut on stream.
So, Sky Iris, Wisdom Eye Magician, Lizard Draw. We also have a Performer Power Magician, and then, as I said earlier, we have the Secret Village of the Spellcasters.
And on the part of Luke Parks, we have Mithra, Stormforth, Kuraz. Oh, my phone's just messed up. Ether, and I believe Tenacity. Yeah, so equally strong hand.
Indeed. So, show about James is playing the Sky Iris. We'll pop this Pendulum Magician.
Yeah, definitely a really good play out of James there.
Because he can just hopefully recur. Well, definitely
recur
it back.
It will
later.
recur it. So, of course, looking at the stream, there was the friendly handshake to start off the next game. 2 players who've played an incredibly long time now and have come a huge distance to get into this final match.
That's the second game in a row.
So just searching out now. What would you search in this situation?
What would I search here? I think the Unicorn is always the best one to go for.
Yeah.
The All Eyes Light Phoenix probably not for the best.
The Unicorn just has more versatility in this situation.
Well, Unicorn says 8 on it.
Yeah.
Very important to note. I mean, looking at Luke's hand as well, it's kind of awkward because his scales are actually awkward because bear in mind he only has the Wisdom Eye and the Lizard. So his scales are actually kind of awkward here. So I'm actually interested to see what he does myself.
So it does seem like he's solid on that Unicorn.
I mean, maybe now that I look at his hand, like maybe I would have chosen for him to go for Odd Eyes Light Phoenix because it would mean he could summon his field. But maybe he's hoping to play the Unicorn down, activate the Lizard draw, and take a draw.
Risk it for a biscuit.
Maybe.
That's what we like to say.
I mean, he's 1 game down. Maybe.
So the Unicorn comes, the Lizard draw comes.
It's a Lizard draw effect. Drawing a card.
He drew a monster.
Is it a low scale? No.
No, that's the Wisdom Eye. He's using the Wisdom Eye effect.
My mistake. If the Wisdom Eye can train itself out in any situation, then
He's gone for the Oath Dragon.
Oath Dragon searched.
Magician
or Performer Power. So it could trigger because there was a Performer Power there. My mistake. So no, he was always in control. He was absolutely fine the whole time. 2 Blue Eyes decks actually made the top 16 of this event. 1 piloted by Jake Quincy, 1 piloted by I believe his opponent.
Omar. I think round 3 we had the Blue Eyes.
I'm not certain.
So if you want to check them out, there they are. So Pendulum Summon of 3. We have a level 4, a level 3, and a level 5? Is it Oath Dragon? Oh no, wait, level 4. Sorry, level 4.
Yeah, level 4 Wisdom Eye Magician.
So he's going to summon them all in defense mode, which makes sense.
Yep. Activate the effect of Sorcerer.
To pop both the scales.
Makes sense. Adding 2 to hand. Important to have them in hand away from harm. So there you go.
And the Joker is a spellcaster, is it not?
Joker is a spellcaster. So did I miss the relevance of that? Is there a rivalry?
I'm not sure.
You were saying about Joker being a spellcaster.
Oh,
I was like, did I miss?
spellcaster for the Secret Village.
I mean, he's already got 2 on field. He's already got 2 spellcasters on field. Like, that's why I was like, what's the relevance?
Yeah.
He could have used Wisdom. Could he not? Is this,
He can. We've just checked the ruling.
Yeah.
Would you mind saying in the chat what you think the ruling is?
Yeah, Wisdom Eye works with it. Like I can see people raising it because I think they all think it's only Magician, but it does actually work if there's a perform power on the scale. So
Yeah,
it was absolutely fine, guys. Not to worry.
We've got 2 judges at the table. Don't worry.
I don't think it's a problem.
No problem. So he's walled up. So you summon the Joker. Got the Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon.
He's going to play the Secret Village.
Wow.
No movement in Luke Park, so I was trying to see if I could read any change in his body language.
He is just shuffling away.
Not anything at all. Nicoritas, the ruling is reading the card.
Yeah. So the Tenacity and the Stormforth are in trouble here.
But they're really not. If you look at this, special summon Mithra, normal summon Kuraz.
Pop, pop, pop.
Goodbye, Secret Village.
So he would basically need.
And then next turn, Ether.
There is no background.
No, not at all. Unfortunately, it's a good board, but not perfect in this situation. So we'll see what happens here. Really kind of concerned as to what could possibly happen for James here. Like, his board looks pretty good, and it's important to note that lizard draw, potentially, if Luke doesn't play around it correctly, could net a crazy amount of draws. But it's anyone's guess how this is going to go down.
I think you just drew a Pantheism as well.
Oh goodness. I mean, it's going to have to wait until the main phase 2. Well, not until the main phase 2, until the Cuirass comes down. But
so the Mithra comes out.
The Mithra comes out, special summoning, giving his opponent a token. Very gracious of him.
Yeah, blocking that field now, so there is 5.
Oh, he's going to attack with that to clear the lizard draw off the board, and then he's free to Cuirass James's monsters without him getting the lizard draws. So he summons the Cuirass, destroying itself, I believe, and the Secret Village. No, just the Secret Village.
Yeah.
I thought he tapped it, but he was just tapping it to indicate its effect. So, thank you, judges, for moving the cards out of the glare zone.
We have taught them well.
I mean, I have had to go over there every time, but it's actually all right where it is, I guess. He's literally just moved it back.
That's fine, no.
The Pantheism activate. Sorry, the Tenacity activates, revealing. Probably going to search a Prime here.
Prime would be a good thing.
Yeah, Prime would be an exceptionally good thing, because then discard off the Pantheism that he has in hand, then setting himself up in a situation where his Ether is live, then getting a search off the Pantheism as well.
And also being able to possibly summon out another big
But we're going to see Domain first.
He feels he can clear the board a little bit. The Domain is very strong.
Domain's also a really good shout, because, I mean, look at all of James's monsters. They're all small, because they're all Monarchs.
No, very small.
So there's an Ether in hand as well. He has a Tribute Summon monster. This doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for James, and I really wish it was looking good for James.
So, possibly a very pivotal turn for James here. The Unicorn is gone, so none of his monsters can get a boost if they are indeed obviously valid for it.
Yeah, the Pendulum Magician's there. If it's not in the scale. People saying, "Where's Vex?" Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Vexy was asleep.
I'm pretty sure Vex is asleep.
Yeah, should have summoned the Mithra and then added the return first before the Tribute Summon, but You understand these guys are A, tired, and B, under a huge amount of pressure being in the finals, playing for quite a high difference between the two prize funds. So you could understand there are going to be some mistakes, even if they do look incredibly composed.
They are used to it a little bit, though, we can say that. They're used to the pressure.
No. So what's going on here?
So, James is thinking about playing a twin twister.
Twin twister.
He must have
Excellent
just
situation.
picked that up.
Discarding the monkey board.
So, return and domain.
Yeah,
Very
I'm
good
interested
shouts.
as to why the monkey board was sent, though. Surely there were better cards, but...
So, Magical Doctor is going to net itself a token. Maybe his cards in his hand are just much better.
Yeah, possibly. Does he have that terraforming to get some free draws? So I did see a spell, but maybe it was just the Twin Twisters.
So he's free to make a rank 4 play if he so wishes.
But he has to have the fear that there may potentially be an Ether. You always have to live in fear of that card, and that's why I'm so glad it's going to 1.
Yeah. Ether is just a disgusting card.
He did draw off of Kuraz.
Yeah.
So let's have a double check on this. Overlays into Castell. Castell going to activate on that. No, it activates 1 detach. No. I thought he'd be using the 1 detach to flip it face down and then attack it.
I guess
Conserving your materials. But he's baiting, I guess he's baiting out the
yeah.
Ether.
He hasn't Pendulum summoned yet either.
No, not at all.
So Ether comes out, it's going to send to probably a Prime. Again,
Indeed it will.
And maybe a Pantheism. There are a lot of different things. It depends if he also wants to clear out his board, but there you go. Exactly as we
Pantheism Prime.
Standard
Special
play.
summoning, possibly Kuraz, possibly another big one. No, just another
so
Ether.
he's just going to do it just to invest in the future a little bit, I guess.
So if that other Ether isn't destroyed, it's going to be added back to hand, and we're right back in the same damaging position we were in the first place.
Yep.
Let's see what happens. James summoning the Bambuku. So Kieran could be coming online.
Kieran is coming online. Surely.
There is 1 card remaining in his hand. I think that was a unicorn.
That's a unicorn, that is huge.
It looked like a unicorn. It looked
That's
very...
probably why he discarded the monkey board.
Yeah, it's a distinct possibility.
So we will be seeing a...
I want a game
Pendulum
3. I
summoning
want a
2.
game 3 for the finals. Give me the game 3.
Give me the game 3 that you so deserve.
It's not a Monarch stun deck. It is the domain Monarch deck.
Hey, Anime Night.
Yeah,
How you
there
doing?
it is.
So there's the unicorn. Magical Doctor's also on 2. I don't believe he has any other spels to make it a 3 to get the
The last
search.
card is a monster.
Of course, yeah, it's the Kieran that he searched.
But look at James behind. Like he's sitting there, kind of
A bit stumped. to be
dejected. Like
honest.
he's in a bit of a difficult position. He has an incredibly stocked extra deck. You can only summon 1 monster because he's got that token there.
So, has he normal summoned this? Oh, he normal
has.
summoned the Bambuku, yeah.
So I'm not really sure where he can go here. It's not a comfortable position to be in at all.
No, it's not, because Bambuku's level 3, isn't it?
Yes, in fact.
Yeah. So that's not going to help him there.
Is he going to special summon the? Yeah, he's special summoning the Kieran.
And that's all he can, since he still has that
Yeah,
token.
activates the Kieran. Oh no, sorry, my mistake.
There'd be no reason to activate the Kieran currently. So they proceed to end phase, and that ether that was special summon comes back to his hand.
Yeah.
And then he is actually going to activate the Kieran. I guess it makes sense, of course, because then you're just resetting your Kieran for next turn.
Activates the effect of Prime though. Prime, an
Standard,
incredibly
yeah.
powerful trap card.
Wow, this is very strong. He has
Yep.
so many plays. He has Pantheism play as well.
Ultrium trading cards. Jared lost in top 16, unfortunately. To Luke Parks, actually.
Yeah. As I said, Luke Parks has knocked out all of the big names currently.
Oh dear. So activation of Pantheism.
So possibly a
He plays multiple domains here, so you can actually just go like tenacity to domain, or domain tenacity. Just add the domain, make his monarch smaller, and tribute his monarch over the pantheism. So the prime. Was unicorn used? Unicorn was used last turn, surely.
Yeah, it was.
So it's once per turn activation. So I mean, maybe he shouldn't actually go for that, because of course the moment he puts himself in a situation where he reduces the ether, of course James can then spin the prime and we're back in the same position. So he's got Return of the Monarchs added to the hand.
I think James realizes he's very behind here.
Where are we gonna go, guys? Come on. I'm finding it difficult to kind of actually like actively cast on this
It's just so
Monarch
standard,
player, because
yeah.
it is very, very standard, but the standard didn't work, and that's why it got such a hit on the list.
Yeah, and that's why it's taken so many event places.
Standard and effective. Jake Quincy also lost in top 16 to the Metal Foe player you guys saw in top 4.
What was the top 8?
No, so top 8. My apologies. So Jake Quincy out. Unfortunately, we wanted to feature Blue Eyes, but we didn't want to just jump straight on the Blue Eyes in the top 16. He did eventually lose out.
And especially because it was Train Shadow, I wanted that.
Yeah, definitely. Just unfortunately, we didn't account for the fact that Zach Blundell's an absolute savage.
Yeah.
So Prime activates, banishing Return.
Still has about 2 or 3
What
spells.
does he have? Double checking that the Kirin was completely used. Oh no, tributes. Sorry, he's used the Stormforce, so he actually tributes the Kirin and the Prime, summons the Ether.
Wow.
Sending another Pantheism and possibly another Prime. He's gonna start doing some real damage here. Yeah, I'm sorry, Ultragram Trading Cards. Manchester really didn't clutch it up for this one. I'm very sorry. Summons the Ether.
So another Ether comes down, makes sense.
Huge damage on board.
Yep.
And there is a token to deal with. But
So he's only going to get if it stays like this, he's only going to do 800.
yeah.
I like the way that token is tucked away very far away.
If it, like, here's a part where like a direct attack occurs and they miss it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens. Yeah, the token is attack, that's fine. These players are better than that. The Kirin was already, I believe, it wasn't used, it was just tributed away.
Yeah.
And there's no chain that forms, it's just instantly tributed. Upstart Goblin played. Gain that life.
So while Luke has taken a bit of life off James, he's just quite
Give it
happily
straight
giving
back.
it back to it.
With a
little dividend
as well. With an investment.
That interest though.
That interest though.
So obviously one of those ethers are going to return to the hand, as it does
Yeah.
right now. And now it is James's turn, possibly his final turn. If he cannot answer
The domain.
possible. Yeah. So that, I can't really see what that is.
What's gonna happen here, boys?
He's having a big long think. What does everyone think is going to happen?
Joker is summoned. Effect is activated. What could be the ad? I mean, he has a lot of life here, so maybe it's just the odd eyes, which he can use to search the eccentric. That may be all he has. No, he could search Magician's my mistake. So there's a Dragon Pit added to hand. If he has the other Magician to match it, we could be seeing that domain being removed in a Pendulum.
Well, I'm
a
pretty
real
sure
big
you
Pendulum
probably
schedule.
will have that Magician.
There's an Oath Dragon in there, I think I saw.
It would make no sense to search it out if you don't have an extra play.
Dragon Pit activated.
So then just double check. The
Odd Eyes activated.
So he's going to activate the effect.
Activate the end phase effect of Odd Eyes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the Magician.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe just trying to set up for next turn.
He's going to add the Eccentric, but we don't know how much.
Too late?
No, he might not even get next turn.
Yeah.
No, he could actually lose this here, surely. Oh wait, no, he's on 8,200.
Yeah.
Because he could go like Ether, Kuraz, clear the monster and push for 8.
And yeah, unfortunately, because obviously the Prime will come back in defense.
Yeah.
If he so wishes to use it as a tribute.
Mhm.
That's if he doesn't
Or
find his way
if he uses the Prime in his graveyard, then he can actually win here, win right here.
Very
He uses
true.
the Prime from the graveyard.
Which he is doing. Oh, he's
that's
using the
not good.
Pantheism first. Card is so stupid.
Come on, it's like it's an allure of darkness that also lets you search.
How is that fair?
Stormfall,
than Allure of
Stormfall,
Darkness.
Tenacity. If he Stormfall's here, he can clear that Joker. Summon another larger Monarch, and then he can go for game.
And he's just straight away just going to search the Stormfall.
He sees it. He's got game.
Yeah, he's now speeding up because he knows exactly what he's got to do.
Activate. Well, no, revealing for the domain.
Yeah.
Vanish.
So he can use that one as the tribute, which he does.
Special summon. Well, normal summon,
Normal
sorry.
summon. Oh, he's just having a thing.
They can choose your targets.
No, he has 2 Monarch spells, 3 Monarch spells in his graveyard. Yep, so Stormfall is played.
Stormfall's played. Tribute summon, activate effect.
Because he used
If
the
only
main
he
to
had an
reveal.
extra deck. Yeah, he's the domain to reveal to make it level 6.
Anyone was wondering.
I was just saying, if only he has an extra deck, he can. He could have made
He
a level
could've
5
won,
as
yeah.
well. Well, he's won anyway.
Yeah, so that's
This
2-8,
is
2-8,
enough
2-8,
for game.
1,000.
Yep. That will be all she wrote, folks.
That is all she wrote.
That is the end. Luke Parks, Domain Monarchs, is the winner of the. Is this the 5th Brotherhood Open?
5th Brotherhood Open. Luke Parks is the single-handed Monarch winner with the main Monarchs, one of the biggest turnouts of the main Monarchs.
Congratulations
This
to
format
him.
has been absolutely ridiculous. So, on the one hand, congratulations to him. On the other, I'll be so glad when the main Monarchs actually get hit. Which
Yeah,
would be,
definitely.
let's say in one day.
In one day.
So it would be absolutely amazing.
So, are you going to be conducting an interview with the winner, do you believe?
Yeah, I'll conduct an interview with the winner. I'll get him a chat and get him over here. And then, yeah, so hold on just a little bit longer. We will get an interview
event is
with the winner.
Definitely not over.
No, definitely not over. And yeah, we'll be right back with you with the interview. So
See you guys soon.
see you in a little bit.